Hello guys, and welcome to the ResellQueen channel. I have here with another video for you. And today I want to talk about something that occurred over the Christmas holiday. I had a viewer send me screenshots of a conversation that they had with a Facebook liquidator. And I'm saying that in air quotes because not everyone should be in this business, in my opinion. And they asked me for some pointers on how to speak to this person that they were dealing with. And as I was looking at the conversation, I realized, oh no, this person has the possibility of being scammed if they go through with this transaction. So I advised them of what I felt they should do. And they actually sent me more of the conversation. I did get permission from them to show this on a YouTube video. They also gave me the permission to show their name, profile picture. I will not do that, even though I have their permission. Also, I have blackened out the liquidator's name and information because this is not me saying that this particular person is a scam artist or is a scam. What I am doing is using their conversation to explain why their actions could allow you to be scammed. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys the first bit of the conversation. So as you can see, they're having a conversation about whatever they are selling. The person that's in the blue is the person that reached out to me. And this, I believe, is through Facebook Messenger. So I will spotlight these with red so that you can see where I am. Their first question was, how is your retail value set? The answer from the liquidator was, just by what it costs, and to take a few dollars from that so the item retails for more than we tally it for. And the person responded that I asked because all retailers have different rates. Is retail based on the source or by Amazon? I asked because there are sellers out there such as, and they said another company's name that I'm not going to say, that are known to overinflate retail prices. Excuse me. And then the response was, oh, I'm relatively new. All I know is that as a reseller, I know what I want in the boxes to sell. So I try to hook every single box up. That's why I personally make them, so I know that their English isn't great, can make good money on them. Okay, I want to stop right there. When you are buying mystery lots, which is what they're talking about, essentially, at least that's what I assumed the product was. I didn't ask what the product was because I didn't care. It is going to be a mystery. Now, if you happen to follow me, you know that I sell reseller kits. Now, I sell reseller kits because I actually really don't have the space at times, and I would really just rather get rid of the items and get some quick money, even though I'm not getting what I would get for if I was to resell the item. It basically gives me enough money to go back, get more stuff, or do whatever I need to do. When I sell a reseller kit, our lowest reseller kit, I believe, comes with 10 items. I like to make sure that with at least 2 items, you're getting what you paid back, and anything after that is basically all profit. And our reseller kits start at $50. The shipping is going to be going up because the shipping of these items sometimes can get ridiculous, and I don't like what's going on with the post office. But that's a whole other subject. But when you do get the items, you will see a manifest, and the manifest will have, I always say, the approximate retail value. I normally go off of Amazon just because that's a marketplace that everybody knows. I don't always go off of the manufactured suggested retail because, and that would be known as the MSRP, by the way. The manufacturer suggested retail price, I don't always give that because that's not always the price that something is selling for in the market. So let's go back to the conversation. Okay, the only thing I stay away from in electronic lots and pallets is cell phone cases and car audio. All else is fair game. So the liquidator's response was, I don't put any cell phone cases in them, not those cheap battery ones, none. And I'm a personally make them, so I make them good for you. All right, stop right there. After reading through this a little bit, the first thing that I said to the person contacting me was, are you sure you're dealing with someone in the United States? And what was funny was they're like, oh, well, their profile shows they're in a particular state. I'm not going to say the state, which isn't that far from me. And I said, okay, look to see, do they have a lot of friends? And do they have a lot of friends in common? And what I mean by that is, do they have like 10 friends or do they have like 1,000 friends? You know, you just have to be leery of these type of things. And that's what happens. People, you know, we're excited. We all want to get product. People are getting their stimulus, so they want to spend it. Maybe go into the resale business or add to their inventory. And with COVID, there's still restrictions on what can and can't be open in some states. So it's a lot going on. So Facebook is a good place to maybe look to re-up your inventory. But I don't want anyone getting scammed. So when they continued the conversation, they said, oh, I'll give it a go with the case lot from you. Send me payment info to, and they put their email address. If you need a resale certificate for tax info, I can provide my sales tax ID. Then this is the part that I want you guys to really, really look at. And this is where they said, I'm accepting Cash App, Facebook, PayPal. Okay. I am very leery of transactions that are done through Cash App or Facebook. And the reason why, you don't get the safety that you would normally get with a transaction like you would at PayPal. At least at PayPal, you can go through a PayPal resolution. Yes, you can do like a Facebook resolution, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% on how that goes. I don't accept payments through Facebook. I have had people offer that to me, and I let them know that, one, I don't know how it's secured, and I don't know what the safety level is for them in trying to get their money back if there was a problem. Not saying that that's going to happen, but I like to let people know those type of things. So that's how that conversation went. When they got to, I want to say this part, this is when they sent me an email and we were conversing, and I gave them my suggestion on what they should be saying next or what they should be doing. I'm never going to tell a person to not buy an item or not to buy from a certain person. That is definitely a personal choice. And honestly, I believe that it's not for me to tell. So after what I suggested to them, I said, well, you definitely want to be a PayPal transaction so that you have recourse if something happens later. Everyone in this business is very familiar with PayPal and PayPal resolution. So I don't even have to go through all that. So this is the rest of the conversation. So they said, I'm accepting Cash App, Facebook, PayPal, or PayOut. That's why I asked if they were dealing with someone in the United States. I need a mailing address and an email address. You won't be disappointed at all either, 100%. How many would you like? So person contacted me, said PayPal invoice sent to, and this is their email address, and this is their shipping address. As I said, I've blackened all this out. Then this person puts their email address. Because I am not showing their identity, I can tell you that this email address didn't make any sense to the name that was coming up as the person sending the message. And because of that, that's when I got very leery off of the next part of this. When they gave the address that was here that I have blackened out, it was like a full names person's name at gmail.com, which would make sense. But then when you look at their name, it didn't make sense. It wasn't like a nickname. The other thing that I suggested to the person contacting me was to check their friends list and see if they find anyone with that name. Maybe it could be a significant other. But erring on the side of caution, I just found that very odd, that you wouldn't at least have like a Gmail account with your business name. And it just seemed odd. Now, I'm not saying that two people in a relationship can't share an email address or can't share a PayPal account. We all know that happens. Now, my husband has his own PayPal and I have my own, but we both interchangeably will use each other's all the time. But to me, that is a possible scam. They could have taken over someone else's PayPal. It happens. Then the next item is the one that everyone should know. And if you don't know this, I hope if you don't get anything else out of this video today, that you get this. They said, this is what the liquidator said: send friends and family. I'm not trying to pay all the transfer fees. If I can remember, I believe they said this was maybe a couple $100 purchase. It's not that much fees. Honestly, it's really not that much fees. I mean, if you're used to selling on eBay, Amazon, you know there's fees. That's just, as part of the game, that's how it works. Then they said, I ship through FedEx as well for more efficient shipping, and it's faster. Once payment is received, you'll receive a receipt to your email address and will receive a message with tracking information. Thankfully, the person that we're dealing with is listening to me and said, I don't do friends and family unless I am picking up or have an established relationship with the merchant. So the person looked at the person that was contacting me's profile and said, you live in, and I'm not going to say the state, I'm in, and I'm not going to say the state. You can pick it up. That's fine. I'm new, so I don't want to be screwed. That's all it is with me. I don't want my money being held. The response from the person contacting me was, the name of the state is 7 hours one way. Friends and family gives me no protection as a buyer. Sending an invoice in PayPal does not hold your funds when the invoice is paid. So they went into basically, I think they copy and pasted what I told them. I believe that this transaction ended in no sale. I did not direct the person to not buy from them. I just told them buyer beware, and that if I was considering making a purchase, one, if it's going to be a PayPal purchase from someone that I've never done business with, don't have a relationship, don't know personally, we are not doing friends and family on on PayPal. Not happening. I need my buyer protection. Number two, they gave an email address that just didn't make sense. Now, you can make any email address that you want. If you're conducting business, if you know me, my name is Tiffany Tracey. I also go by the Resell Queen. I have email addresses that say Resell Queen, and also have email addresses that say Tiff Tracey or Tiffany Tracey, whatever. Also have email addresses with my maiden name. And when the internet first started for me, I had an email address that was completely inappropriate, and I don't use it anymore. But it's not tied into anything financial. There's no way I would give that email out. I don't even utilize that email. And if I was going to do something where I was utilizing my husband's email for PayPal or something like that, I would probably use the email that's associated with a business name, and I would probably not use one that had his personal name in it. That's me if I'm conducting business and I'm going to be the person selling on Facebook. I have done that before where I have had excess inventory, went into one of those wholesale or liquidator account groups on Facebook and sold items. And I give a manifest. I let them know where we got the value from, that the value normally comes either from eBay or Amazon's, according to what type of load we got, and what we are selling it for. Person can make the decision. I always send a PayPal invoice. I do not tell them to send as friends and family. I don't even have that conversation. I do not take payment through Cash App. Not unless it's someone that I do business with, probably face-to-face. I have had people that I dealt with face-to-face locally that I know that will say, can I just Cash App you? Because for them, it's a little bit easier because they can just use their debit card from their checking account at their bank, and it's a boom, bam, done situation, whereas sometimes with PayPal may take a day or two, and they didn't want to have that lag time. I'm fine with that, but I don't request that. That's how I handle my business. Ultimately, a person saying, oh, I don't want to pay fees, I don't want to do that, that's the cost of doing business. If you want to be a business owner, you need to act like a business owner. So I hope this video gave you just a little bit of information on how to keep yourself safe when you're buying from liquidators through Facebook or online. If they don't have a presence or a website that you need to go to, you always want to make sure that you have some type of backup for your purchase. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you put your hard-earned money into getting inventory and you don't get it back. Now, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but if you would like to do that and spend minimum amount of money and also get a nice amount of product back, you can always go to the ResellQueen.com, and that is ResellQueen.com. And first page, you'll see the reseller kits. You can always buy one of them. As I said, I always like to make sure that within at least 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4, it's according to the size order that you get, that you make your money back, and that you have a good 7 to 10 more products. That's all profit. That's how I do it. Can't talk about anybody else. But I hope you guys learned something from this video so that you learn how not to be scammed during doing a Facebook transaction for liquidations. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. I love talking to you guys, so feel free to send me an email with questions. Leave questions or comments in the comment section, and I will respond. All right, guys, this has been another video with Tiffy T, the Resell Queen. Bye.